You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. Hello, everyone. I'm ZMS Austin, and I'm here today to tell you guys my top 15 favorite Twilight Zone episodes. Now, I was going to do a top 10, but there's just so many good ones that I didn't want to not include in the list that I had to make it a top 15 list. Warning, this video will contain spoilers, including twists of some of the endings, so if you don't want to watch, please click off right now. Alright, now, you've been warned. Here we go into the Twilight Zone. Alright, guys, so for number 15, we have Long Live Walter Jameson. This is a great classic episode. It's about a professor, Walter Jameson, of course, who is a young, kind of good looking professor, and very popular, very popular. And one of his colleagues invites him to dinner. And so he comes to dinner, and it turns out that his daughter is about roughly around his age, and they start to kind of, like each other. And meanwhile, his colleague says that he reminds him of a guy in a famous Civil War book that he has, and he brings it down, and he has the exact same mole as Walter Jameson, and Walter Jameson keeps saying that it's not him and all that stuff, but it's a Twilight Zone. So Walter Jameson, he is going home at night, and there's this old woman in his house, and this old woman shoots Walter Jameson, and the twist really puts this episode on this list is as the minutes are going by, he's increasing in age, and by the time anyone finds him, his clothes are just there in dust. Yes, he is so old that he turned to dust. So, hey, it's the Twilight Zone. Anything can happen. Alright, so we have number 14 is Back There from season 2. Not too much to say about this one. This one's about these four guys in a 1960, 1960s, of course, and they're in like a country club ish kind of thing, and they're all debating about if they could travel back in time, could they change like the events. So basically, one of the guys stands up to leave to go home, and on his way out, all of a sudden it turns into 1863. Yes, 1865, and it happens to be the day that Lincoln is shot. Yes, and so the guy tries. This guy here, he's trying to like prevent it from happening, and everyone thinks he's crazy. He's put in jail for it. And then this guy bails him out, who's really John Wilkes Booth, who drugs him, and people figure out, he's right all along, and then he gets back, you know. Uh, a lot of people, kind of an underrated episode. In some things, I could see why it, kind of lacks. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm a big fan of the Lincoln assassination and Lincoln, in general. And I really like that part of history. And I just thought this was a really cool episode. Back there, number 14. All right, so we have number 13 is from season 2. We have season 2 again, The Invaders. Yes, a very popular Twilight Zone episode. If you've seen the Twilight Zone, this is probably an episode that a lot of people have seen. Uh, this one is number 13. Some people might think it's a little low on the list. I personally don't, because keep the first time I watched it, it was really good, and then you keep watching it again, and yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I don't know. That's what I get every time I watch it. Uh it's this old woman, and she lives by herself in this real old house. You think it's pretty old times, and this like little spaceship comes in her attic, and there are these two little things. You don't even know what they are. They're in spacesuits, and they keep trying to attack her. And the whole episode is her trying to kill these two things. And at the end of the episode, she finally goes up to the attic. She destroys the spaceship that they came in. And the twist is, as you probably know, it turns out that it says it's from the United States. And so it's assumed that she is an alien on a different planet, which this twist is genius and it makes so much sense. And it is a good episode. Number 13, Invaders. Oh, yeah. I can feel the people disliking and clicking off of this video now when they figure out that I, the Beholder, is only number 12. Yes, unfortunately, I know I, the Beholder, is number 12 on my list because here's the thing. I love this episode. This is a good episode, and it's number 12 on my list. I mean, there's 156 Twilight Zone episodes, and it's number 12. That's pretty good. But for some people, I, the Beholder, that might be not so good. A lot of people's is probably, number 1 or, definitely in their top 5. This is number 12 for me because the twist is so predictable. The first time I even watched this a long time ago, I definitely predicted the twist. It's so simple of a twist to predict. And the first half of the episode, yeah, it's kind of building up suspense and stuff, but it's so boring and slow. But the twist is good. It's a classic episode. The middle parts, the second half is good. And that's number 12. Not really too much else to say about it. It's the woman who's wrapped in bandages, her face wrapped in bandages because everyone says her face is ugly. And, of course, the whole episode is just, that. And at the end of the episode, they take it off and she's normal and everyone else is ugly. Of course, yes. We've probably all seen this one. So, yeah, Number 12, I, the Beholder.